Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory located south of Florida in the Caribbean island. Christopher Columbus invaded Puerto Rico in 1493. He originally called the island San Juan Bautista, but after finding gold it was known as Puerto Rico, or Rich Port. The capital city became San Juan. Puerto Ricans received U.S. citizenship in 1917, and Puerto Rico officially became a U.S. Commonwealth in 1952. Puerto Rico is a popular tourist attraction for its beauty and activities. But on September 20th, 2017, Puerto Rico was struck by a devastating hurricane, their worst disaster since 1928. Hurricane Maria was a Category 5 hurricane and lasted 30 hours and left Puerto Rico in shambles. There was $94 billion in damage. It destroyed their electrical grid, demolished hundreds of homes, and wiped out telephone and internet connection. Puerto Rico was lost, starving, hurt, and hopeless. And Donald Trump came to the rescue. President Trump did not hold a Situation Room meeting on the disaster until 6 days after to talk about the relief effort. Puerto Rico is facing increasing public health risks, outbreaks of mosquito-related diseases such as Zika, as well as leptospirosis, a disease caused by drinking water contaminated by urine from infected rats and other rodents. On October 3rd, President Trump visited Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, President Trump tossed essential items like basketballs to starving Puerto Ricans.
If you look at a real catastrophe like Katrina.
What makes a real catastrophe? 45 days after Hurricane Maria, 59% of all households in Puerto Rico still did not have electricity. And what is the U.S. doing?
Do you agree that they should be abandoned, that Puerto Rico should be abandoned?
Well, first of all, as I was saying, Puerto Rico is a very important part of our culture.
No, I know it's important, but I want to know whether or not you agree with the president who's threatening to abandon Puerto Rico recovery efforts.
I think I just said I have no intention of abandoning Puerto Rico. They're a very important part of who we are.
So you don't agree with the president? He tweeted, "Electric and all infrastructure was a disaster before the hurricanes," and sought to shame the territory for its own plight. Do you share that opinion?
I think that our job is to make sure that we take care of the disaster that has occurred.
So you don't agree that it should be abandoned, is that right?
Of course it should not be abandoned.
And you don't think that they should be shamed for its own plight, is that right?
There is no question that there have been a lot of difficulties in Puerto Rico. They ended up
Should they be shamed for its own plight?
In debt. I don't think it is beneficial to go around shaming people in general.
The United States has only started to help. In 1920, the Jones Act was created. It requires all imported goods to be brought only by U.S. vessels. Trump lifted the act 8 days after the hurricane to allow other countries to help aid Puerto Rico. He reinstated it 10 days later. That means there was only 10 days for the international community to help import goods. A U.S. barge traveling from Miami to Puerto Rico takes 5. The media is not covering the disaster enough, especially with the death tolls.
The death toll rose to 34. It now stands at 55.
I could say that that's not correct. I could say that's much more. After the hurricane, I had 29 bodies right there. I had like 7 over there, 7 over there, in the bottom part, everywhere. Most of them were hurricane related, and the government, I don't think they have the correct number.
It's almost like praying.
Puerto Rico is suffering, the U.S. is not helping, and the international community needs to intervene. The Jones Act needs to be lifted for a long period of time or permanently so other countries can help cure the hurt and starving.